Haven't done one of these videos in a long time. Now, normally you see it like that. We're gonna try handheld this time. Why, you may ask? No setting. Oh my goodness. Knew it. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's why. Well, I haven't done one of these videos in a long time because I had a baby and he is as cute as a button. Which doesn't really make any sense because how are buttons cute? I mean, maybe if they look like that, I guess. I don't know. Well, this isn't my first kid, it's my third one. And with each birth, I'm always amazed by it. They call it the miracle of life for a reason. It just amazes me how complex the whole process is. Millions of my sperm tried to go after my wife's one egg, and one of those sperm made it into the egg, which would eventually become a baby. You are literally 1 in a million, or several million, like hundreds of millions. It's so interesting how much really goes on over those 9 months that the fetus is in the womb. I mean, you got the heart beating around 6 to 8 weeks at a set time. At whatever many weeks, it comes this, I don't even know if it's a cell, I don't even know what it is, but something cuts like little eyelids into the baby so he can open his eyes. And it does it with such precision. I might have to check up on this to see if it's true. When the sperm reaches the eggs, it's pretty small, so it's growing at an accelerated rate, and at one point in the pregnancy that rate slows down drastically, because if it didn't, your baby would be the size of the moon. And I haven't heard anything in the news about a woman's uterus rupturing early on in the pregnancy because the baby was too big. So it's funny that somehow the body or the fetus knows to stop at a precise time. I think like about 300 million babies are born every year in the US alone. So it's funny how the baby slows down its growth rate at the precise time with all those babies. Stuff just works like clockwork. And one day that baby's gonna be born, grow up, and have little babies just like he once was. And the process will keep going and going and going and going. But I don't know if you fully really understand it until you have a baby of your own. And those of you who have had babies, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just amazing holding your baby for the first time and realizing I helped make this from some microscopic cell in my body. I mean, and that's just one aspect of the human body. I mean, just the act of baby making has so many things going on in your body just to make that happen. And not only that, like your eyes, they're super complex. I mean, no camera can match it. It's the most sophisticated camera-like thing in the world, I guess. Does that make sense? And our brains are like this supercomputer. And from one sperm and one egg, we can recreate that. And with all of this, it just makes me think of this verse in the Bible. And if I remember right, it's Psalms 139, 13 and 14. It says, "You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made." And at the birth of each of my 3 kids, I believe that wholeheartedly. I don't believe that this is some evolutionary process. I mean, did nature experiment with how a baby should develop inside the womb and outside of the womb? I mean, did they do it like a batch of cookies where it's like, too much sugar, scrap, too much flour, scrap. Ugh, who dumped the molasses in this thing? Get it out of here. I mean, did they just go through several things until they realized, this is the right batch, let's stick with it? Or did they keep experimenting going, ugh, that is not cute as a button. It's getting cuter, until finally nature was like, now it's cute as a button. I had a friend in college who even said that every time he sees the process of babies being made, wait a minute. I had a friend in college who said that every time he just sees this topic of how a baby develops and how a baby's born, just the process of the miracle of life, he said, how can there not be a God? It's the one thing that makes him think there is a God, that it's impossible for there not to be a God. And I kind of agree with that because the body is just, it's too complex for it to be just randomized. We live on a speck upon a speck upon a speck in this mass universe. Yet we're these super complex beings that God loves very much. And actually, that reminds me of something. I think like one of the very next verses in that Psalms chapter 139, God says that many are the good thoughts I have towards you. So many, it's like the sand of the seashore. Now I'm gonna do what God said to Abraham. Go count some sand. Can you count it? Nah, I don't think so. Which means that God has endless good thoughts towards you. He knows your innermost being, your outermost being. He knit you together. He loves you. You're special. You're 1 in a million. You are a miracle. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. My initial goal was to do 1 video per week, but I got a little burnt out by that. And then I tried one every 2 weeks. Still got a little burnt out by that. Some videos require more editing than others, so I don't have a set release pattern. I'm just gonna upload when I upload, especially with a new baby and all. Gotta help out at home whenever I can. But hope you like this video. Subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Oh, my face has probably been covered by those little annotation things. Maybe I'll zoom out like this. And remember to choose Christ every single day, because in the end, that's what Christianity is really all about. See ya.